Now, till now, we have seen how to read the file using a read function. But if the file size is very large, then you would not be able to read the file using a read function. So how do you read a file in such a case? You can use any loop. You can iterate through the file and fetch the contents of the file line by line. So you'll see how to do it. You can open the file like we have done till now using the open function. So I open the file in read mode and I can iterate through the file. So I can say for line in F, F is nothing but the file handle for line in F. I can print each and every line of the file. So I can say print line. You see, there were 3 lines: Python programming, Java programming, and C++ programming. So it is printed. But now, why is there an empty line in between? Now, since each sentence is a new line, there is something called as a new line character at the end of each line. And when you're printing the line using print function, after every iteration, print function would add an empty line. So which means that in every iteration of the for loop, the print function is adding a new line character. That's why you're seeing a new line in between. You want to eliminate the new line. How do you do that? So for eliminating the new line, first of all, I'll bring the file handle to the beginning. It's at the end. Now I'll bring the file handle to the beginning. Using which function? I will use seek function. I bring the file handle to the beginning. And again, I want to print the line by eliminating the empty spaces in between. How do I do that? So I have got a function called as strip. I can say strip or I can say rstrip. So what strip does is, to the right side of the line, it will eliminate any empty space if it is present. So since there is an empty space, which is a new line character at the end of every line, you are eliminating, you're removing it using rstrip function. And then I will print it using the print function. Now you see, the blank space is eliminated. That's one way of printing the content of the file using a for loop. Another way of printing the content of the file is, first of all, I'll bring the file handle to the beginning. And there's one more function for printing the content of the file using or reading the content of the file, which is a function called as read line. So I can just say f dot read line. So what read line does is it will read a single line of the file. So my first line of the file is Python programming. So read line function would read the first line of the file. Again, if I say f dot read line, it will read the next line of the file, which is Java programming, since my file handle is moved ahead, and so on. Now you don't want to read a single line, you want to print all the lines. So how do I do it? There's another function called as read lines. So in the beginning, I will move the pointer, and then just like I have used f dot read line, I use another function called as read lines. So what read lines does is, it will read all the lines and separate them and put the content as a collection. If you see, it has read all the files and it has made a collection of it, which is called as a list. It's similar to an array of all the contents of the file. So these are the different ways of reading the contents of the file. Either you can use f.read function. The read function would read the entire file. If the file size is small, it will work. If the file size is large, you can use a for loop to iterate through the file and print each and every line of the file. You want to eliminate the blank spaces in between, you can use strip function or rstrip function, which would eliminate the lines at the right of the empty spaces at the end of the line. Another way of reading the file is using the read line function. Read line function would read a single line of a file, or you can use read lines function, which would read all the lines of the file and make a collection of it and make an array or a list of it. So that's what you have seen. Now, how do we write to a file? Till now, whatever we have done was reading the content of the file. Now, if you have to write the contents to a file, now if you remember, you have opened the file in read mode. So After opening the file in read mode, if I try to write to the file, so the function for writing to the file is f.write. So I have already opened the file in read mode. Now I'm trying to write something to the file. So does it work? Let's see. So I'm trying to write, say, C programming to the file. It doesn't work. It throws an error. It says unsupported operation, not writable. That's because you have opened the file in read mode and you're trying to perform a write operation, so it doesn't work. So how do you do it? In that case, you close the file first logically, just like you have opened the file. In the same way, you close the file logically through your Python program, and then you can open the file using open function and mention the mode as write mode. So now I can perform write operation to the file. So now if you want to write something to the file, you have to remember, when you're opening the file in write mode, it will check that the file is existing. So in our case, it is existing. If it is existing, it will overwrite the content of the file. So initially my file had Python programming, Java programming, C++ programming. Now I already opened the file in write mode, which means that it will overwrite the content. Now this content is no longer available. When I say f.write, so I can write anything new to the file now. The old content is no longer available. Now I can say f.close. And again, I want to read the file. So I can say f is equal to open again. I've opened it in read mode. I've not specified anything, so which means that it is in read mode. And I can say f.read. You can see it has only C programming. It doesn't have anything else. It's because you opened the file in write mode. You wrote the content called as C programming, so the old content is erased. The new content is C programming. Now you want to write anything else, again close the file and again open the file in write mode. Or you don't want to do this, you can also open the file in R plus or W plus mode. Now, what if you want to add, you don't want to eliminate the content. Now to the same content, C programming, I want to add new content. How do I do that? Yes, so first of all, I close the file handle because it was open in read mode. I open the file now in a new mode called as, since I want to add new content to the file without overwriting, I will open the file in something called as append mode. Now I can say now I can write something new to the file. So I can say Python programming. Since I want Python programming, and I can just say f.close. Now try to read it and see. So I can just say I will open it in read mode, and then you say read, and if you see, it has C programming and Python programming. It doesn't have any space in between. So if you wanted a space, I can add a new line character. So at the end of Python programming or before Python programming, I can add a new line character. What is a new line character? New line character is nothing but \n. So if before Python programming, within the double quotes, I add \n, that would take the content on a new line. So that's how you write the content to the file. So I can now close the file. So we have seen how do we read content to a file using different functions like read line or read lines, or using a for loop, and how to write content to a file using a function called as fwrite. How to open and close the function, how to open and close a file handle using open function and close function. Now, an easier way of operating or opening a file is using a clause called as with clause. So you can do the same thing in a different way using something called as a with clause. So as we have seen till now, you've been creating a file handle by just saying open. You used to say f is equal to open, the file name and the mode. Same thing can be done using a clause called as with clause. I can say with open, the file name in whichever mode you want to open it. If I want to open it in write mode, I can specify write mode, and I can mention the file handle as f. So what have I done? I've used with clause. I opened the file logically, mentioned the file name and the mode, and I created a file handle. So with open the file name, the mode as f. Now, any operation you want to perform, you can perform it inside this with clause. So I can just say f dot write, and I can say I want to add a new line at the end of, if you see initially I didn't add any new line, I want to add a new line. So I can say \n. I can say Java programming. So \n would add a new line at the beginning of Java programming. That's the only operation I perform, and that's it. I'll close the file. Now, if you see, I have not done f.close. The advantage of using with function is, as soon as you exit the file, it will automatically close the file. I don't have to say f.close. That's the only advantage of using with clause. Either you can open the file in the way that you've shown over here, or you can open the file using with clause. Advantage of with clause is I don't have to close the file every time. So if you've seen over here, I opened the file in read mode, and again I had to say close, and again I open the file in write mode, again I say close. I don't have to say close every time. Now again, if I have to open the file without saying close, I can say with open. I can say abc.txt as f, and I can write something to the file. I can read something from the file. So I can say print f.read, and I can come out of it. So as of now, my file contains a content called as Java programming. So I didn't have to say f.close. Every time I use with clause, automatically the file is closed at the end of the clause. That's the advantage of using with clause. Thank you.